Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sylvia and my channel is all about art and craft. Now this is part 3 of transforming my desk, and today I'm actually going to bog it all up because there's like rough areas in there, so we want to make sure it's all nice and smooth, straight, so that when we put the paint on it looks perfect. So you've got two choices. You can use a wood filler or you can use builder's bog. Now I find builder's bog better. Main reason, I can put whatever amount of hardener into it to either let it dry slowly or quickly, and it always depends on the temperature. So, and because the temperature is a little bit cool here in Australia, it's a good idea to add a little extra so it dries a bit quicker, and that way we can actually sand it back quicker as well. Now I'm not going to do it to like on video. I'm not going to do it to every single piece of the desk. I'll just show you on this one, and I'll show you how to make sure it's all nice and smooth, etc. And then after that I'll actually come back and I'll show you how to apply undercoat, and then the paint. Then you're going to see the paint going on, etc. Again, I'm trying to keep the videos as short as possible, so let's get stuck into it. Oh, by the way, for the builder's bog, I'm just using a bit of scrap plywood and a little palette knife. You can even use a piece of cardboard or something, like just find anything that you can throw out afterwards, so just to save you on costs. Anyhow, let's get into it. We're going to use some 240 grit sandpaper, and we're going to sand it back, and then it'll pretty much be ready for the undercoat. Okay, so I've got a couple of pieces prepared, ready for an undercoat, so I thought I'll continue with the video, and what we're going to do is we're going to put an undercoat on that. Now I actually have some household undercoat, like for walls, ceilings, skirtings, all those sort of things, that needs to be used up, so I'm just going to use that. Generally what I like to do is use what I've got, so in order to save money, because things are a bit tough at the moment, so it's like the less I've got to spend, the better. So everything's been sanded down, it's been wiped down as well, so it's 100% ready for some undercoat, and I'm going to actually undercoat both sides, because I'm going to be spraying both sides in order to make sure that it ends up being 100% all the one colour, rather than this is the inside, we won't worry about it, nobody's really going to look at it. Well, that's not how I see things. If I'm going to do something, I'll do it properly. So let's get stuck into this. And I'm just using a paintbrush too, by the way. that it's got the first coat, I'm going to put a second coat on it, because this is pretty much already dry, so I can go ahead and give it a second coat. Once that's done, I'm going to give it a light sand, wipe it all down again, and then it'll be ready for the paint job, which you're probably going to go, oh wow, that'll look pretty cool. So I won't bore you with me putting the second coat on. I will just come back when I'm ready to give it the actual paint, and because I'm sure you don't need to see me quickly hand sanding it and wiping it down. So I mean, it's something that I've already done, so it's sort of like, yeah, we'll just go with it. So anyhow, as soon as I'm ready to do the painting, I will be back. For you, it's going to be a matter of a second, where for me, it's going to be a lot longer. So, because I still have to paint underneath and still got to paint this side here, but I won't do it until I can stand it up. So, but as soon as I've got that ready, I will come back, and then we're going to have fun with a couple of spray cans. So back in a second. Okay, so I've got some touch-up paint, which is quick drying, and it's a satin black, and I'm going to now give this a bit of a coat, and then I'm going to do something else to it afterwards, which is going to give it an awesome effect. So let's get to it. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of marble spray. This one is, it comes out gold, so we're going to do that next. So now I'm going to let that dry, and once that's dry, we're going to put some clear over the top. Okay, so the next step is putting some polyurethane over the top. Now what I'm actually going to do is, like the bottom, the sides, they're only going to get about 2 coats, where the top is going to end up having 3 to 4 coats. So this will take me a while, because with each coat I have to let it dry for about 4 hours, depending on what the temperature is in the room at the time. So I'll show you how I put the first coat on, and I'll finish the video off from there. And in the next video I will show you how I start working out all my pieces in order to build the extra over the top, because there's going to be a bit of measurements, etc. involved in it. And of course, with anything, because everybody's desk is different, your measurements might be different to what I'm doing, but at least it gives you a general overview. Anyhow, with any further delay, I will continue, and we'll put that first coat on. And just so that you know, with the polyurethane, you really got to give it a really good stir to make sure you get all the little lumps that are building up at the bottom. So you've got to make sure it's all mixed in again. So I've already done that, so I'm pretty much ready to just put some on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to let that dry. I'll probably start on the next piece. Now, I'm using this brush because it's actually quite soft. Now, you could use a roller, but I find using a paintbrush, you're wasting less of the polyurethane than what you do if you use a roller. And the polyurethane that I'm actually using is a water-based one, which is a matte finish, because I didn't want it glossy, because for one, when I do videos, you don't want the light bouncing off, so I figured do a matte. And yeah, so I'm going to let this dry. I'll quickly show you what I've still got left to do, and I'll have to take the camera off my stand, so you realise, like, this is not a quick job. It's taking me a bit to get to this point, but that's okay, because, you know, I want to make sure it's done properly, so, and I want it to last, hence I'm taking my time, doing it slowly, bit by bit. So let me take you down, and I'll show you the rest. So the main desk piece, I still, like, that's ready for the paint, and so is the actual top piece as well. So I've still got those two to do. I'll probably get them done today, hopefully. And I'll just give you a sneak preview on me having started on the other bits. So I've got some MDF here, a reasonably thick one, which is going to do my top piece and my side pieces. And then I've got just a 3mm MDF board here, a nice long one too, and I've been busy drawing on it. Now let's see if I zoom in, if it shows up clear enough for you. And as you can see, I've put like little sections into it. Easiest way to do it is like this, because it's actually going to be for my ink pads, okay? And now this is the fun part of when you're being creative, because I want to have like little notches out of it so it's easy for me to grab the ink pad. I actually used one of my dies, and I just, you know, went over it halfway and just drew a circle. So, you know, sometimes we just got to find things that will work for us. So, but this will be in the next video, where I'm actually going to show you how I'm doing it all. I'm going to cut it all up and then, you know, put it together first off, because what I want to do is, you know, put all the screws in place, but then I'm going to take it back apart to give it a coat of paint so it matches the desk, and then the screws can go back in. So yes, there's still a lot to do, but you know what, it's a fun project. And when you look at it this way, the amount of money you spend going to IKEA to create your studio, which will, yes, work, but it's going to cost you a lot of money, where this way it's sort of like, you know what, this desk, this office desk, I actually purchased off Facebook Marketplace, and, well, I say purchase, I purchased it for free, because it was free on Marketplace, so the desk didn't cost me anything, and I'm just making it look pretty again. You know, give it a new look, add some pieces to it to make it work. So I literally have everything in arm's reach, which is great for when you do videos. So anyhow, I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, because that'll really help my channel out. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notified of new videos. And what was the other thing that I was going to say? That's right, I like to say thank you to all you new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. It is so much appreciated. Anyhow, I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.